Greetings, Alma Pierce Cowboys. This is your out of this world librarian. How are you all doing this Friday? Good. I'm glad. Today I'm going to read a book to you. It came from outer space. I'm going to go ahead. We're going to start. It Came from Outer Space by Henry Barker, illustrated by Barry Gott. Sleep tight, boys. Don't let the tent bugs bite, called Marlin's father. As soon as Marlin heard the back door slam, he unzipped his sleeping bag and crawled out of the tent. His friends Albert and Steve followed him. They were sleeping over. Ooh, they're having a sleepover. It's dark out there, whispered Steve. A rustling noise came from the trees, and he yelped, "What's that?" "Probably a squirrel," said Marlin, flopping down on the grass. Steve peered around nervously. "Are you sure?" he asked. What do y'all think it is? "We can't be sure without investigating further," said Albert. "I could get my flashlight. It's extremely powerful." "We don't need a flashlight," said Marlin. He pointed. "We have the moon." Have y'all been looking at the sky recently? Well, when it's not cloudy, there's a full moon right now. "There's Orion, the hunter," said Albert. "That's my favorite constellation." A constellation is a group of stars. They were all looking at the stars when a blaze of light, big, round, and as bright as fireworks, appeared suddenly in the sky. Albert's mouth fell open. Marlin jumped to his feet. Steve ducked. The ball of light came closer as if it were heading straight for them. Can you all see it? "It's attacking!" yelled Steve, covering his head with his arms. "It's moving through our atmosphere at great speed," said Albert. "It could be a meteor." "It's crashing," said Marlin, as a ball of light disappeared into the trees. "What if it's a spaceship from another galaxy?" He pulled on his shoes. "Let's go find it," he said. "It might need our help." So if you would see a ball of light, would you want to go and look for it? See? So they're thinking that maybe it's a meteor, which is a piece of metal that enters the Earth's atmosphere. They're like rocks. That's what he's thinking. "No," protested Steve. "We'll get lost. Let's go tomorrow." Albert shrugged. "It probably burned up. Most meteors do. If it did land, it will have a fusion crust, a black coating. So when they enter the atmosphere, they burn up. So that's why it looks black. So we'd never find it in the dark," Steve said quickly. "It would be hard, even with my flashlight," said Albert. "I guess we can go in the morning," said Marlin. That is what he is thinking. They're probably aliens. That night, they all had vivid dreams with happy endings. He's dreaming that he's friends with the aliens. He's dreaming that he has the best invention of the year. He's dreaming that he's a knight in shining armor. Steve always felt brave when he sleeps. The next morning, the three boys wolfed down their pancakes. "You're in a big hurry," said Marlin's mother. "We want to explore a little," Marlin said. "Don't go past the creek," said Marlin's father. "And be back by lunchtime," said his mother. So here are the boys. They're going to go out. Check it out. "Why don't you guys go without me?" asked Steve when they got to the edge of the woods. "It looks awfully spooky in there." "I've been in these woods billions of times," said Marlin. They're totally safe. What if we find something from space, said Albert. You want to be there, don't you? I guess so, said Steve. The friends walked and walked. Albert found some interesting rocks, but they weren't meteorites. Because meteorites, they're magnetic. So he's using a magnet. And if it doesn't attract to the magnet, then it's not a meteorite. Marlin spotted a deer and a fawn. That's what we call a baby deer, a fawn. But no aliens. Steve thought he heard a gorilla, but it was only a chipmunk. Then suddenly there was a loud crack of thunder. Steve jumped, the sky turned dark, and rain began to fall. Follow me, said Marlin. There's a cave near the creek. Come on in, Marlin called. It's dry in here. It's dark in there, said Steve. Not with this, said Albert. He pulled his flashlight from Steve's backpack. Hope the batteries don't run out, Steve said. Steve's not being really brave, is he? Wouldn't it be great if we really found aliens, said Marlin. It would be great if we found anything from outer space, said Albert. It would be great if the rain stopped, said Steve. I'm soaked, and I'm very prone to colds. Before long, the rain did stop. Don't we have to be back soon, asked Steve. I'm getting hungry. Marlin nodded. We can take a different way home. That way we can look at some more. Great, said Albert. They started walking. With every step, Marlin and Albert looked hopefully at the ground. Steve was more interested in the sky. It was turning dark again. Aliens, where are you? That's what he's thinking. It's a thinking bubble. Meteorites, where are you? He wants his meteorites. And then this boy over here, it's creepy here, right, Steve? Suddenly, Marlin and Albert heard a shout from Steve. Look, he yelled. He was pointing at a big tree. The branches are all twisted and broken and black. Albert focused his binoculars. Something's caught up there, he said, but I can't tell what it is. Let's find out, Marlin said. Give me a boost. Steve and Albert helped him up. He grabbed a branch and started climbing. A minute later, he was halfway up the tree. What do you all think is up there? Up in the tree. Let's find out. Something came hurtling down out of the branches. Yikes! Steve ducked as it landed at his feet. Look at the surface. It's all coated and blackened, said Albert. It even smells burnt. Is that a fusion crust? Asked Steve. Maybe, said Albert. But this is definitely not a meteorite. Well, it's not an alien either, said Marlin. Maybe it's a piece of space debris, said Albert. There's a lot floating around, but it usually burns up before it hits Earth. We should call NASA. So space debris is just like garbage, like from spacecraft that are just like floating in space. NASA is part of the US government in charge of exploring space. NASA sent the first human beings to the moon. I know what it is. A nozzle from a rocket. Marlin pointed to his t-shirt. The fiery gases shoot right through here. That's what makes the rocket go up. You mean it really did come from outer space? Asked Steve. Albert nodded. Cool, said Steve. Let's go home and call NASA, Marlin said. Space debris or space trash is anything man-made that stays in space even though it's no longer useful. There's tons of debris up there, including an astronaut's glove from the very first spacewalk and a camera from the Gemini 10 mission. If you find space debris, call NASA. Do not touch it. I can't believe we really found this, said Marlin. It's awesome. It is awesome, said Steve. And you were right about something else, guys. What? Asked Albert and Marlin. Steve took another slice of pizza. I am glad I came along. The end. So think about what you would do if you found some space debris from space. Okay, remember to call NASA, but first get a picture of it. Thank you for reading with me today, and I hope you had a wonderful AR kickoff, and hope to see you soon and meet you in person. Bye-bye.